What's up, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. Yes, indeed. We're back in the building, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about Tamar Braxton's Get Your Life. The latest episode came on last night. Mona Scott Young had to come in and wreck shop last night because Mr. David seemingly was going to sabotage everything that was going on that Tamar was trying to accomplish last night. So we're going to get all up into that. But for right now, let's get this thing crunk.
Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac. Okay.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Sky back in the building, y'all. Listen, I see y'all. Let me know where you are watching from in the good chatterization. I see y'all. I see Boston in the house. Who else I see up in here? Who else we got up in here? San Antonio, Texas in the house. Who else we got in here? Houston, South Carolina. Okay, y'all know that's where that good Charleston is where that good Real Housewives of Atlanta cast was. Okay, did y'all realize that when they was filming their little cast trip? But we ain't gonna be talking about that today. We're gonna be talking about our good girlfriend Tamar Braxton. Okay, if you watched the show last night, chime in the chatterization if you watched this show last night. Okay, I gotta tell y'all. It was good. It was good now. I felt like now we's getting into the meat and potatoes, okay? We really getting into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, We got a lot of things to discuss and to cover with regards to this whole thing. And we're going to get into all the nitty gritty, all the juicy details. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it all. Okay. First things first, we start the episode off, y'all. Production has been asked to leave Tamar's house because her lawyers have asked them to leave due to her having a doctor's note because she done lost her voice. The executive producer says, this is what we need to be chronicling. And I'm like, I totally agree on that situation. Because in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, if we only got you for 6 weeks, we need to capture all the good, juicy details that we possibly can. And it's very difficult to do that already because all of the good scenes where we have seen her having some type of emotional stress or trauma have been cut because she has left the scene every time that has happened from what we have seen thus far. So I agree with the executive producer. Like, that's the stuff that we need to be sort of chronicling to see how she pushes through. Okay. 2 days later, they return to filming, and then we discover 2 days following that she has to go perform a sold-out show in her hometown of Baltimore. Ooh, thank y'all for this. Listen, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. She has to go back to fly into her hometown of Baltimore to perform at a sold-out show, okay? She's still not at her best vocally, but Michael Beck, Goalie, who is the dream work expert, and Tamar are all headed to Baltimore to get this thing going. Now we get to the sound check, and I'm thinking to myself, now this is what I need to see more of. This is why I am watching this show, okay? Thank you so much for the super chat, Sydney. I appreciate you. This is why I'm watching this show. I want to see Tamar singing. I want to see her moving and grooving on stage. I want to see her interacting with the background dancers. I want to see her in the sound check. I want to see what struggles she has putting the show together musically. That's what I want to see more of, okay? That's what I want to see more of. Meanwhile, the drain that I am, that is what David remind. Every time he comes into the screen, I feel like my soul is being drained from my body, okay? I really do feel like my soul is being drained from my body. And he may be well-intentioned, I get it, but I just feel like he is such a distraction to Tamar and everything she's trying to accomplish. But that's just me. Anyway, the eagle has landed, okay? And unbeknownst to Tamar, he has set up a meeting with Tracy's husband, Kevin, okay? Now, this is before her show, allegedly, at least for the way they're chronicling this, okay? And he wants to bring Tamar and Tracy back together with the help of Kevin, who is Tracy's husband, okay? Now, the last time we have seen Tracy and Tamar in the same space was on Braxton Family Values when they were all in Napa Valley at the winery and things went sour and Tracy was threatening to beat that good Tamar down to the ground, okay? That was the last time apparently they have seen each other, allegedly, according to what we hear from the two fellas involved. Now, comment in the chatterization if you felt like that was the right move for David to make. Personally, I understand. I get it. Oh, thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know in that good chat, do you think that this was right of David to do, going behind Tamar's back to have a conversation with Kevin about getting the family to reconcile back together? See, here's my thing on this situation. I don't know about it. I understand he may have had good intentions, and I understand that, yes, we all want the family to come back together. But I also think that there has to be some healing between the two of them, Tracy and Tamar. And I don't think that that could be forced at this point in time because the issues seem so deeply rooted. And I just feel like this is just more of an example of David interfering in Tamar's life where he may not necessarily should be doing so. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Danielle Span says perhaps good intention, but ... Okay. Cookie Miss 01 says he needs to stay in his own lane. Okay. So Empress Nick says right, good intentions is okay, and that's that. Okay. Now, Tracy and Kevin were supposed to come to the performance. Okay. But for whatever reason, we find out that they did not come. Okay. Now, I don't know if, sometimes it could have to do with whether or not they were willing to sign the clearances to be on the show. And based on the reasons why we hear that Tracy was upset in the beginning about they had that whole contract situation with WeTV where Tracy was the only one that signed on and the rest of the family didn't. She may not have wanted to sign on to support Tamar because she is still upset with her. So who knows what the real deal was with that legitimately. Thank you so much for the super chat, Ghana. I appreciate you. So, but can we get to the performance though? Because the performance, I was here for it, okay? This is, again, why we watch this show. If you are a fan of Tamar Braxton, you want to see Tamar running back and forth, singing up on that stage, doing her thing, because that voice is anointed by the Lord, okay? It is anointed by the Lord. And when she snatched off that wig, I was thinking to myself, yes, this is what I want to see. This is why I'm watching this show. It ain't for David, okay? It ain't for David. Anyway, nobody from the family shows up, and I didn't think that they would based on everything that we know. So David believes, and he expresses this. He says David believes that he believes that Goldie has her own agenda with Tamar. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, she does have her own agenda with Tamar. It's called her job, okay? It is called her job. What else I think he believes, I'm going to cut right to the chase. He believes that this is something that Tamar is going to have to sacrifice something, her life, him, Logan, whatever else, in order to obtain what she needs to obtain in the entertainment industry, because he has seen the people sacrifice the animals and all types of other things to get what they want, and he believes that this could be similar. And moreover, we find out that it is his family that also believes this as well, okay? Now, for me, I'm just kind of like, who is the person with their own agenda here? Because it seems to me like Goldie just seems to be wanting to do the dream work, but that's just me. Because I kind of feel like Shantika says he has his own agenda, and that's really what it's starting to seem like. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's starting to seem like. So the next scene that I saw, and I thought I had blinked, okay, and maybe I did. Y'all tell me if I blinked, because the next thing that I saw was Tamar on the phone with David, okay? And now David is putting his beliefs onto Tamar that Goldie could be a witch, okay? Goldie could be the witch, okay? That's what he is asking. And that's what he says his family could be asking. Now, while this is happening, Tamar's with Michael, the producer. She's on the phone, he's on speaker, production's around. She's trying to get her makeup done. There's so much going on. Goldie is there. She's in the other room. She's hearing all of this stuff. And she is aghast at this, okay? Because for her, this is her business, okay? This is her business, all right? Kim B says that David is scared Goldie is going to call him out, okay? Now, for me, I thought when because we had the way the scene jumped, I was like, dang, did I miss something? Like, how did we go from the concert to this? Whatever. So she's aghast, and rightfully so, because this is her business. She has worked with A-list professionals, professional actors and entertainers and singers, and she does not want her reputation sullied by this man calling her a witch. And I don't blame her, okay? I don't blame her. So Goldie and Michael are back behind Tamar having a conversation because she's like, I can't believe this. You know, why does he think that I'm a witch, right? Tamar shuts them down. Y'all not going to be doing this talking like this in front of David because it's disrespectful to him. And I was like, what? What? Okay, girl, listen, at this point, I was like, now he done got you real wrapped up now. He done got you real wrapped up. I get it though. At this point in time, it seems like she is really trying to please everybody. And that is going to be the downfall of her in this situation. You cannot please everybody. And at a certain point in time, this is what this show is all about, is Tamar reclaiming her power to get her life back and not be under anyone's control. And that would also happen to be the control of the person that she is with, who is David, okay? In order for her she's going to have to put her foot down and actually make a stand and say, I am in control here. This is my life. This is my recovery. This is my healing. And if you can't get with it, you need to get out of my life, okay? That is what needs to happen. Anyway, production begins to talk to Goldie and asserts that it is because she is wearing the dark colors. Okay, thank you for the super chat, lovely Red. It is because Goldie is wearing the all black like the Omen. That is why people could potentially think that she may be a witch. Okay. So then they proceeds to go and give her a shawl of Tamar's that is heavenly white, winter white, crisp and cream, if you will. You know what I'm saying? As if that is going to change who she is and what she does with Tamar. And if I was Goldie, whether you believe in what she does or not, if I was her, I would have been like, if y'all don't get this stuff off my back, I'm not doing this. I didn't sign up for this. Y'all ain't paying me enough for this type of buffoonery. And I'm not going to stick around here and let you guys tarnish my image because this man over here, who I am not working with, is thinking that I am a witch. Okay. At that point, I would have left. I would have been out. Mind over matter says the shawl was pink, not white. I'm colorblind. It was light. Now, but that is true. I am colorblind. I don't know why. It sucks. Okay. It sucks. Anyway, so David then threatens. This was to me, this was a little weird to me. Okay. David then says, and this felt like manipulation to me. And you guys let me know if it felt like manipulation to you. David says to Tamar that he is going, if he tells Goldie on camera that he thinks that she's a witch, then that will be Tamar, and he says that would ruin her business. But then he says to Tamar, do you want to ruin her business because I'm telling her that she's a witch? I'm like, you already said it. You already said it. Okay, you have already said it on camera. So you have already tainted her business because of what you've already said on camera. So now what you're doing is trying to manipulate Tamar by making her think that it would be her fault that you think that she's a witch. I was like, this is crazy to me. This seemed so crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what? What? Like, what is going on here? Is nobody else seeing this for what it is? Oh, wait. Bernice says that David was using pimp logic in that instance. Okay. I see. Y'all, I get so passionate, y'all. Okay. So there's the manipulation right there. Goldie, meanwhile, is having a mental breakdown. Okay. Now, I don't know whether she was really crying or not, because for me, and I got to tell y'all the truth, I kind of look at people sideways when I don't see the waterworks. And maybe I missed it. Again, I'm colorblind and the tears are clear. So I don't know if I saw a tear or not. Okay. If y'all saw the tears, let me know. I didn't see it. But anyway, she seems like she's having a mental breakdown. She got to go outside and she got to take a smoke break. And so, I don't know. I would have just left if I was her. It was just kind of weird. Production continues to I felt like they was trying to manipulate her to stay too. When the dude went in there, was like, you have to push through this. You have to get through the other side. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if I was Goldie, I would have been like, no, that's not my responsibility. And Goldie rightly asserts, I am paid here to do work with Tamar, not to coach David into liking me. That is crazy to me. And I would never stay in a situation like that as a consultant where I am hired to work with one person, but I can't get my work done with that one person because their significant other is too insecure to allow me to do the work that I need to do and keep things pushing. It's for 6 weeks. Get over it. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Now, Tamar just wants to go to sleep. I am the same way. When I am stressed out, the first thing that I wants to do is go to sleep. Maybe it wasn't in a cry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was. And maybe she was trying to hold back the tears. I ain't saying she was faking, but I just didn't see no tears. And I just got to be real with y'all. When I don't see the tears, I don't know what to think. Okay. But if I was her, I would have been having a mental breakdown too. And I would have caught the fastest Uber out of there. Okay. Anyway, Tamar wants to go to sleep. I don't blame her. When I'm stressed, I want to do the same thing. So now Michael, the producer, wants David to see the dream work and have a conversation with Goldie. Now, if this weren't the setup of all setups to create a scene right here, I don't know what was. And I don't understand why Goldie wasn't smart enough to understand this as it's going to come up later. Why she would even stick around for that, because I definitely would not. Okay. But that is basically a scene that is set up to basically set this lady up for failure, because David is probably going to tell her to her face, based on what we have seen in the previews, that this girl is a witch. Okay. Setupization. It was a setup. That's when Goldie says, no one told me that I was signing on to coach David, and she wants to quit. Okay. But she does not. Now, this is where Mona comes in. She has to come in and save the doggone day. Mona Scott Young has to come down off of her cloud, and she has to come down and talk to the people and find out what's going on. Okay. And the conversation is deep. Essentially, what she asserts is that Tamar can't grow because of everyone else's issues. This to me was probably the most profound moment of the series. Tamar cannot grow because of everyone else's issues. Doggone it. Doggone it. I was like, where is Mona Scott Young when you need her for the rest of these franchises? I mean, she's speaking some sense. I don't understand it. Like, she needs to be there every day on set. I feel like this ain't a production where Mona can just leave and be like, okay, I'll catch y'all later. Catch me up in 3 weeks. No, girl, you need to be here every day to supervise this chaos right here that's going on, to make sure that the thing is going smoothly and that y'all are getting the footage that we need in order to have a great show. Okay. Anyway, Goldie then tells Mona that Tamar is like a ray of sunshine, but everyone else is pulling her down. And I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I think that Tamar has the issues that Tamar has with everybody else pulling her down are really a reflection of the issues that she has that she needs to work through as well, right? Because you will allow everyone to pull you down if you don't work on your own issues, okay? Now, Mona says that there's so much that's happening that we're not getting access to, basically referring to all the times that Tamar has walked out of a scene because things got too intense, okay? Now, then they go and show flashbacks to all the scenes that she's walked out of or has shut down. And Mona says somehow there is an air of sabotaged, okay? And then Tamar says, I feel like I'm being penalized for being Tamar. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things right here that I feel like are very important. When you do a reality television show, you are signing on to show the reality of your life. That means the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I can tell you firsthand that the camera does not stop rolling just because you have a moment, okay? When I was filming, let me tell y'all something. I said I'm going to be the best version of myself possible during filming. They will not catch me doing anything that I would not necessarily do or want people to see in my real life. As soon as they started filming, I'm crying on camera. I'm running out the scene. I threw up in the bathroom. The camera is right there still watching. But at no point could I say, cut, stop, get out of my house. I couldn't say that. You can't do that. That's not the point of that's what makes the show, though. Looking back on it, yeah, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm embarrassed that I'm puking in the bathroom and the door is wide open. But later on, watching it back, it was riveting because I just let my guard down. I didn't try to censor myself. And that is what makes the best reality television. So if you start to think that you can control the narrative, even if you are the star, then that means that you're not giving your all. And that means that the show is not going to be as good. Okay. The show is not going to be that good. Yes, Sandra Reese says Mona Scott came in calm and powerful. I held my breath. Interesting to see how she listens and communicates behind the scenes. Yes. Tamar says, and then Mona says somehow there is an air of sabotage. And I have to say this, y'all. I feel like the sabotage is partly on Tamar's behalf because I don't think that she realizes that she's sabotaging the project every time she shuts the scene down. And I think that there's a little bit of sabotage on David's behalf as well, because I feel like he's not as supportive as he should be in this situation. Okay. So I feel like they have a game plan and Tamar deviates from it. And then David forces her to deviate from it as well, because he comes in with his own conflict surrounding his own beliefs that he's pushing off on Tamar. Okay. So Tamar says, I feel like I'm being penalized for being Tamar. Now, this part I don't get. You being Tamar does not mean that you can walk out of the scene whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that. And I was kind of confused when she said that. And I wanted to understand where that came from. Okay. I really couldn't understand where that came from. Now, we get into Logan's birthday, and Mona asks if any of the family is interested in coming. And Tamar says nobody is interested in coming. And she says that it's hard to talk about her family with the baggage around. Okay. And so the baggage meaning the camera. So now we get into some real issues with regards to the family, which may be a reason why the family is not really speaking out that much about this situation, because maybe those issues have not been resolved at this point. You know what I'm saying? So there's still love there because you are still blood, but at the end of the day, is there like? Because you can love a family member, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to like them. Okay? Comment in the chat if you understand that. If you have a family member that you love, but you don't like, comment in the chat if you have a family member that you love but don't like, because we can all relate to that. I feel like that's normal, right? But for them, the problem is also that there are contracts involved, there's money involved, there is ego involved that will make for a very difficult path forward in terms of reconciliation, because those issues are so deeply rooted. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something, okay? When you involve money and family or friends, that changes everything, okay? That changes the dynamic of everything when you start to involve money and family, because at the end of the day, that money means a lot. That money sitting in your bank account means that you can pay your bills. And I can't pay my bills on air, right? So if somebody is affecting my money, then I got a problem with you. And that's understandable. That's understandable. And so I think that this goes all the way back to when Tracy was not allowed to sing with the group because she ended up having a baby. I think it then goes back to the way the contracts were set up with WeTV from the start of this whole situation when they started Braxton Family Values. I think it also reflects back on when they were re-signing their contracts and Tracy was the only one that signed, because she's thinking to herself, I got to feed my family. I got to do what I got to do for my family. And y'all not helping me feed my family. So to do what I got to do. So she did that. And I feel like there's still some residual issues from all of that. Okay. All of that. Then Tamar even brings up the situation with Mama Evelyn talking to TMZ way back in season 2. I'm assuming that was that about the Vince situation with Tamar and Vince? Something happened and Miss E was talking to TMZ. Something happened. I can't remember for the life of me. Something happened. And Mama Evelyn was talking to TMZ. Gotta call her Mama Evelyn because I call everybody's mama like they're my mama. Okay. Something happened. She brings that up. That's still a factor. Okay. She feels like after that season, she became the target of all the sisters. Okay. Not necessarily sure. Something I definitely believe, and I don't know this for a fact, but it was something that went on with those contracts with WeTV, the theme song, the publishings. It was something around all of those issues. From what I am told, that's right. It was about Vince and Tamar. Somebody said it in the chat. It's about Vince and Tamar. But it was something else that they all had an issue with Vince at the time, and she was still married to Vince. And though the publishing for that theme song, I believe, I'm gonna have to get more details about it, but that's from my remembrance what I'm thinking. Okay. Y'all, I see y'all talking about it in the chat. Y'all know what I was talking about. So then so now Mona and Goldie want to gear the dream work to Tamar resolving her family issues, which I think is probably a bit more important than even focusing on the career stuff. Because honestly, I really feel like when Tamar settles whatever issues she has with her family and within herself, that her music career, her creative career, all of that will begin to flourish because she will not be carrying around that baggage anymore. And she will be able to clear her life of anything that doesn't reflect the path forward that she is trying to move with. Okay. So that would be relationships. That would be, anything else that's not positive or productive. Right now, here's where I feel like we go left. For some reason, they think that they need to have a conversation with Goldie and with David together. Why? Why on earth would Goldie agree to that, given the fact that she just had this no tears breakdown earlier? Okay. Why would she even want to have a film discussion with him to have him watch what she does and to risk him ruining her reputation like that. I can't say that I would do it, and I would not have agreed to it. Leo Franklin says, what happened to Mr. Harvard not wanting to be a part of the reality TV world due to his business? Now he all up in it. Boom. Okay. And I feel like, I just feel like this is conflicting to me with Goldie, because moments ago, you were just crying to Mona about what this man was saying about you. You was crying to Michael. You was crying to Tamar. You have been walked off and you was having the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? You know, on the couch. And I get it. It's your business. This is how you make your living. So I would be a little bit upset too, but I would have left. You can't pay me to stay in a situation that I feel like is unhealthy for me. Okay. Ain't enough money in the world to do that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, especially when you didn't work with the A-list actors and singers and entertainers, I don't understand why you would want to put your work in jeopardy, you know, for this. It's not even worth your time. It's not. It's not. And I say that not because it's Tamar. I say that, and I say that not because it's WeTV. I say that because you are dealing with someone who is not even in the entertainment world, who is now coming in and asserting his own opinion about what you do, and he doesn't know you. Listen, I am not saying that David there's anything wrong with his beliefs. Not what I'm saying at all, because everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe. What I am saying, though, is those two things need to be kept separate. Her relationship with David needs to be kept separate from the work that they're doing with Goldie. And if it became such a problem for me, if I was Tamar, what I would have done was I would have simply just said, you know what? Why don't we do this dream work at your office, Goldie? Let me come down to your office. We're not going to do it here because this man is now in my home and he calling my home his home, and I'm at his place some days and whatnot. And I don't know. You know, I don't know. And furthermore, why is if the dog can't poop in outside, the dog need to stay at David's place? Okay, I was annoyed by that. Why is the dog there and David not there? Was he at work? What is he doing? I don't know. I was just confused by this whole situation. I was confused by it, and it made me mad. It made me mad. Okay, it made me mad. But listen, that was this week's episode of Tamar Braxton Get Your Life. You know, as you guys can see, I am very passionate about this show, mostly because I love me some Tamar. I do. I love the Braxtons. I love Tony. You know, I love all of them, you know, and I want to see them win. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I feel like most of the viewing audience, they want the same thing too. And what we don't want to see is, you know, any of them wrapped up in a situation where they can't really express and use their gift to the best of their abilities. And to me, it seems like, you know, she's in a relationship with someone who is hindering her from having the breakthroughs that she needs to have in the way that she wants to have them, right? It's not about him and his beliefs right now. It's about Tamar and her and the journey that she's on. Because I feel like, to me, a good man is just going to simply say, you know what, baby, I support you. What do you need from me? 45 days without intimacy? Okay, I got you. Well, I'll just hold you every night in the bed till you fall asleep. I got you on this journey. I may not believe in what you're doing, but I believe in you and I trust you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you handle that as a man, as a grown man. You know what I'm saying? With businesses and all these other things you got going for you. That's how you treat your significant other when they may be going on a spiritual path that you may not know anything about. You just have to let them go on that path and trust that they're going to make the best decisions that they know how to make, and trust that the good in them will always win out over any other influence out there. Boom. Easy. And that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? The journey that we wanted to see Tamar on was really the journey with herself, because we already know that Tamar is fighting some inner things that she has to go through that may have been setting her back. And we can't even see that work because we got to see him taking over this show, hijacking it, and making this all about himself. That's it. You know, and it's frustrating because, you know, it's like watching Making the Band, but seeing, you know, Diddy fussing with his kids all day. You know what I'm saying? We're not watching Making the Band for that. We're watching Making the Band to see you make a band, right? Same with Tamar. We're watching Tamar Braxton get your life because we want to see Tamar Braxton get her life back. But we can't see that because he's such a distraction for the show and he's such a distraction for her and production. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's just what I think about this situation. Again, I say he's entitled to his beliefs, but you got to understand that you can't put your beliefs on everybody else, especially when this is money involved with this television show. This is her brand. This is what she's doing. And this is how she's choosing to heal. And if he don't respect that, then he can get to stepping. Boom. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, somebody said Miracle was the same dog that she had with Vince. Oh, well, why ain't this dog trained yet? Thank y'all for the super chat. Why ain't this dog trained? I guess dogs do have accidents sometimes, but I mean, it's still, come on now. Nobody feel like cleaning that stuff up off the floor. Anyway, y'all, that's the tea for this show for today. If any news jumps off, in the next couple of hours, I got y'all. Otherwise, I still need to go run around and get some more, items for the house and stuff like that. Y'all see, I got a little better setup today. This is not where we'll reside. I'm working on the studio now upstairs so I can get that up and running for y'all. So I can have a nice little settled place, where I can, do the work and we can talk and chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Like we always do. I just want to tell you guys, Grace Turner says, I've heard. Yeah, Grace, we talked about this. I know that the Black Socialites also posted something about Dr. V, but we talked about it as well. So, as more information comes out about it, you can definitely check with the Black Socialites, and I'll be talking about it as well at some point in the future. I might even do a little check in with Kyle from the Black Socialites to, chop it up more about that. If you guys want more information on Married to Medicine, DMB. Someone mentioned the whole Tory Lanez situation. It's hard for me to talk about that situation because it's so disappointing in so many ways. I can't even process, after dealing with Breonna Taylor and the verdict and all that good stuff coming out, and then realizing that he was going to be releasing an album with, kind of detailing the account of what happened with Megan. It just feels wrong right now. It just feels so wrong. Let me see if there's anything else I know about that you guys might be asking me about. Boom. I think this is probably the best statement that anybody could ever make. Tamar needs to be with Tamar. This David needs to go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, y'all continue to lift her up in prayer, that she continues to walk this journey successfully, unencumbered by anybody that can distract her or take her off of her path, and healing for their family as well, because they all probably, need that healing. And hopefully they can all come out of this stronger and wiser, because there was something that Kevin said in the scene. He said the work that they could be doing together as a family of sisters is something that could be amazing, like a joint album, joint tour. I could see so much. I could see so much for them, that family. So, we'll just have to see how this plays out. With that being said, guys, I love y'all. Happy Friday. Y'all stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video.